What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the next iteration in this DaVinci Resolve tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about an interesting topic. We're going to get into LUTs. This is where you can really create some really unique looks and really start playing around with colors that are built right into DaVinci Resolve. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the software and let's get started. So let's open up a new timeline, and we need some footage that already has colors. So let's go to our B camera, and I'm confident that there are some footage here that has color. As you guys can see, there is plenty. So let's go ahead and bring this in. So we have this angle right here, and everything is in Rec 709. So let's go ahead and just bring this in to our timeline, and we're gonna go ahead and trim this out, and we're gonna go ahead and trim this out. Okay, so as you guys can see, there we have normal video footage. We can just hit play, and now you guys can see it play. Okay, now let's go over here to our color tab, and then what we're gonna do now is add a LUT. So in order to add a LUT, we need to add a serial node. So I'm gonna hit Alt S on the keyboard, or you can just right click here, and then you can go to add node here, and you can do add serial. Okay, so if you're not sure on how to add these LUTs to your system like I have here, all you have to do is simply right click on any LUT that you see, hit open file location, and this is going to actually open the file location here, and you can actually see this cinematic number 9 corresponds to this cinematic number 9 here on my computer. And you can also see the path of where this all goes. So this folder is where they all live. That is inside this LUT folder right here, as you can see. And this can now take you to the destination. So C programming, Blackmagic Design, DaVinci Resolve support LUT. So you can just take the folder that I'm going to give you guys, which is going to be this PSG cinematic. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys this one free of charge. And yeah, you can just drag it and drop it in here, and you'll just have to refresh the page in DaVinci Resolve or restart the program, and they should be visible. Okay, so now we have 1 and then we have 2. So on node 2 we can add our LUTs. So let's go over here to one of these LUTs, and if you hover over it, now you can see, wow, it added a whole nother vibe on this video. If you hover over number 3, a whole nother vibe on the video. In fact, 3 is a really good one, and also number 10. I like number 10. I think things just look really proper in number 10. 6 can be cool if the footage you're wanting, or the vibe that you want, is to be really cold, mostly for sci-fi and sterile looking videos. But I just want to show you guys, you have all these different LUTs, and of course you can guys, you can just drag and drop them onto your footage. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's drag and drop this number 10 right on to number 2, and voila, there you have it. It is now affecting the video. Okay, now there is a lot you can do with the strength. So in fact, if I hit right click and I hit reset node grade, what if you don't want this LUT to be so strong? Well, let's say, for example, a really strong one like number 2. This is really deep. As you can see, it's really making their skin tones look completely different. If you drag and drop this onto here, and then you go over down to your key output, now you can adjust the percentage or the strength of that particular node. Now keep in mind that that is the strength of this whole node, not just the effect, okay, or not just the LUT. All right, so now we're gonna go down here to key output, and then we're gonna bring this down to, instead of it being at 1, we're gonna drag and move this down. In fact, we're just gonna hit 0.5. So now this LUT is on there at 0.5 or half percent or half strength. Okay, so that already looks significantly better. So if we hit Control Z, you can actually see what it was before, and then you can hit Control Shift Z to undo, and then Control Z, and then Control Shift Z to go back to what we just did. So you guys can kind of compare those different looks. Okay, obviously now the skin tone is not ruined or changed now from this, so this looks pretty good. And of course, this is what we started with. So if you want to see the difference, you can just hit Control and D as in Delta on the keyboard. You can see the before, and then you can see the after. Okay, that's how you can disable a node, or you can just simply hit this here, and this will also give you a before and after. Before, after, before, after. So you can see now they have a nice, still golden, nice normal tone, but it still has a nice vibe in the background. Later I will show you guys how to isolate skin tones, and so that way you can kind of isolate the people and still change your background without affecting the skin tones. But that is a video for another day, because that will require the qualifier. Okay, So I hope that that made some level of sense. Definitely feel free to play around. This video is really just to give you guys some LUTs and really just show you guys how you can apply them. Okay, I will show you guys a very quick preview on how I use LUTs, and you can actually mix LUTs. So let's say, for example, you liked elements of this. So let's go and open up a new node here by hitting Alt S, and we're going to hit Alt P so that we can get a parallel mixer node, right? So that these can all be in the same, these can all happen simultaneously. And what I would do is maybe put this at 0.2. Then you can grab one like this one, put this at like point, maybe you want that one to be not as dominant, so 0.1. And then maybe you want this one this green to be on here, this kind of green tinted one. Maybe this is going to be at 0.5, so that's going to take the dominance because that's the strongest one. And then of course you can go over here to R14 because that does some really interesting things, and you can put that at 0.4 or 3. Okay, right here on our key outputs. So now you can see we're blending all these LUTs together to craft the image that you're seeing right here. So before, after, and you see how there's a little bit too much green. Well, that probably came from this LUT. So let's hit Control D, Control D, Control D, and so we can see that this one is at 0.5. You can actually bring this down right here into key output. Not as strong. Turn this one back on, turn this one back on, turn this one back on, and now you can see we're getting a really interesting look here. Okay, and now we have all of them fused together. So that is a really cool use case for LUTs. You can actually mix them together to craft new looks and new vibes, but just keep in mind that LUTs that are designed are done so in a way with a specific purpose. Like there's actually a color theory that they're trying to implement. There's different color harmonies that they're trying to trigger, and that's what makes the colors be what they are. For example, teal to orange, they are actually harmonized on the color scale, and now we're getting into color theory. But just keep in mind that those are realities, and these LUTs are designed to be that way, but there's no right or wrong. This is truly an art, and it's all about your vision. Okay, so that is today's lesson. I hope you guys found that to be interesting, and I know, for example, I know for a fact that you guys are going to benefit from those LUTs that I'm just going to include in the description down here below. Take them, have them, use them, play with them free of charge. Okay, next time we're going to get into the color wheels. I'm going to start talking about HDR and those different primary wheels and what they do and how you can use them to kind of craft your image visually. Okay, so that is it for today, and I hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care.